Hi everyone, it's Dux here from Dux Mechanical. Hope you're all well and happy. I'm charged, looking good, ready to go. Got a flash new shirt on and holding the stomach in. Well, today what I want to talk to you is about oil changes. Oil changes on your bike. It's sort of come to my attention lately that the way I used to do the oil changes on my bike was wrong, and I just wanted to talk to you guys about doing them. The first thing I would like to say is 90% of the bikes that come in through my door, what I have here, they're past their oil changes. And that is, it looks like they've done too many Ks on that oil. So here's my take on it. About every 5,000 K is about what you want to be looking for on your bike for an oil change. You can get a little bit more out of it if you wanted, but the reality is, if you're wanting to look after your bike and keep it going for a long time, with minimum maintenance, oil changes are the key. Okay, so anyway, let's have a look at my mate's bike. My mate's just bought this bike in. It's an old FXR. Hound dog's watching. Anyway, I just had a look at his oil. In actual fact, it's not too bad, but the reality is it's a bit dirty, smells a bit carbony, and probably needs doing. But what I've sort of noticed, what I've sort of come to the conclusion lately is it's not the oil changes, it's how people are doing them. And basically, I can hear a lot of you guys saying that, well, I know how to change my oil, you can't tell me nothing. Yeah, and that's the truth of it. So just have a listen and we go through it. So what I do now is, I used to warm the bikes up and that, and I don't do that now. What I do is I drop the oil, and I out of the reserve, I put the bung back in, and then I put a litre of oil in the bike, and then I run the bike for about 2 minutes, right? And then I drop the oil again and put another litre of oil in it, and start it and run it again. And you might think, well, you don't have to do that. But here's the thing. Harleys are not like a car engine. They're not like you take a bung out of the bottom of the engine and then all the oil drains out, right? With a Harley, the reservoir tank is like over here, and the engine is over here, and the oil pump sucks it up through the reservoir, through the engine, and then back to the reservoir. So even though you just think, oh, well, I'll just drop the reservoir and change the oil filter, the reality is that your motorcycle still has a gut full of oil, okay? So this is why I've changed to this new method, right? And the late model bikes run on the same thing. The only ones what I know at this stage what don't work like that are V-rods. V-rods, well, they're not really a Harley as such. They got a Harley Davidson. Anyway, I won't go into that. So what you got to do is what I do. Like I said, drain the oil, put the bung back in, put a litre of oil back into it, start the engine, run it for about 2 minutes, not even that, probably a minute, you know. turn it off, drop the engine oil again, put another litre of oil in it, and at that point I changed the oil filter. Well, I don't change the oil filter. I tip the oil out of the oil filter and I put the old oil filter back on again. Then I run it again with another litre of oil, and that will flush all the old oil and that out of the engine back to the reservoir tank. You see, at this point you've got about a 50-50 mix of good oil and bad oil, right? Drop that and drop your engine oil again, and then put your new filter on and fill the reservoir tank up to its optimum running level. Now, you guys might think that this is a waste of time, but here's what I say. If you don't do this, if you are one of these guys who just dropping the engine oil and spinning a new filter on, I tell you, within 1,000 k, the oil will be back to the same condition it was before you dropped it. Now, this is something that people won't, especially the Harley shops and that, bike shops, they won't tell you. They don't really give a shit. You know, at the end of the day, if your motor claps out early, that's good for business, isn't it? So, yeah, I don't know if I'm making myself clear here. This is the new way that I do it on all the late model Harleys. Even the old Harleys you can do it, and this is the best way. The last thing I would like to say to you is that if the oil is really bad, you know, what I do is I get some cheap oil, like here we can get cheap oil from the warehouse or something. If the engine is really bad, I will put 4 litres of real cheap oil from the fuddy, or you know, through the bike, and then I will get the good oil and put that into the bike afterwards, which is, in some cases here I've done them up to 8 flushes because the oil is so bad. Anyway, like I always say, if you guys have got any concerns or questions, or you don't think I'm saying what's right, let me know. Do another video. Anyway, I hope this helps. This video is really dedicated to my mates who like to do their own oil changes, and I pull their stick out of their bike like a couple of days after they've done it, and it's like it hasn't even been done. So my guts are saying, oh yeah, they're just dropping the oil and putting the new filter on, and that's not going to really work. But it's better than doing nothing, of course, but not by much. Alright, you guys have a good one. Final thing, I'm in the Valley Locals. I think it's about February, we have a poker run. I think it's something like 5th or 6th best ride in the world. We're a social club. If you want to come along, come along. It's a great ride. It's a 3-day camp, a 2-day camp. I think it's $50-$60 to get in for the whole weekend. Cheap piss, good time. Anyway, if you want to come along, you'll probably meet me if you want to. We'll go, oh no, I don't want to talk to that prick. Okay, have a good one. Catch you later. Have a great day.